morning. Today, guys, I'm going to be taking you to Todoroki Valley. This is actually in Tokyo, and I just discovered this a couple weekends ago, and I've been excited to take you guys there. So it's really beautiful. So guys, this is the stairs leading down to Todoroki Valley. This is a beautiful ravine right in the middle of the city, right in the middle of Tokyo. I mean, this is pretty close to Center City. Down in Tokyo, it's a beautiful area. It's an absolutely gorgeous walk, so I wanted to take you guys along on this one today. And there's a temple in here. I mean, there's some Buddhist shrines. There's some really, really beautiful things. So this part of the walk, it continues for a while, so I'm probably going to make this a long video, and along the way there are some shrines, there are some temples, there's a little beautiful cafe up the way as well. Really nice little place to stop for lunch. So just reading one of the information signs here, and it seems that this valley, Todoroki Valley, is the only valley, it's the only ravine in all 23 wards of Tokyo. Living in a big city like Tokyo, for me, it's really important to find a place like this where you feel like you can get outside of the city, you can escape for a little while, you can just become reconnected with nature, and you can just get away from the hustle and bustle of every day. And this place is a great, I mean, I'm here on, this is actually a Monday morning here, so it's not very crowded, but I was actually here over the weekend, and not so many people. It's just probably to walk through the entire ravine. Maybe it's about a 20-minute walk, but it's just so scenic and beautiful. A lot of people enjoy coming here, you know, just to have a walk, for a jog. You see people doing yoga, you see people meditating. It is a really lovely place to come, not only if you're a tourist, but I would say also if you're a local living here in Tokyo. It's really a great spot. So now we are about a few hundred meters walk from the shrine that I was telling you guys about, and there's also a small Japanese garden up ahead. It's not really super big, but again, it's a nice little feature. It's a little something extra, you know, if you're coming here and you're just wanting to come and just have a nice walk through the valley here, and you want to see a couple extra sights. The temple is actually pretty big. It's beautiful. I saw a couple events going on there over the weekend. And the Japanese garden, as I said, it's small, but it's a nice little place you can just kind of walk through and just see something a little bit different during your trip here. little Italian place that I was telling you. It's literally right in the middle of the ravine, and it's up the hill here, and they sell a bunch of different Italian-like set menus. You guys can kind of just take a look at some of the photos if you're not able to read the Japanese. But they have 3 different types of sets, A, B, and C, depending on how many, you know, sort of extras you want with your pizza or pasta. I actually had it last weekend. And yeah, it's up this little hill here. You just have to walk up this hill and you just sort of go around the corner there, and it's in this big, huge white building. It's actually really big in there, but if you're walking here through the valley, it's a great little place to have lunch. I think this is the little pathway to the first little temple that I was talking about. This isn't the temple, actually. This is a tiny little shrine. So I'm going to show you guys this really quick, and then we'll go over to the larger temple. So when you're entering any type of shrine or temple in Japan, there's always going to be a little water basin of some type in front of it. And what you're meant to do is essentially just wash your hands and sort of cleanse yourself of any impurities before you go to pray at the little shrine or temple. So you would do that here, and then you will walk over to this area. And then this is a tiny little shrine area where you will see a little Buddha in the background praying there. And then the other thing you're always going to see is like a little tribute box there, that little black box that you see. People will go, they'll throw some coins in there as tribute payment to the temple, and then they will say their prayer. Now through these trees, you can kind of see where those people are standing. They're right in front of where the larger temple start is. There's another little shrine there actually, and then there's a larger temple. So let me just show you that one other little shrine over there first. Okay, so that was the 2 smaller shrines. So now we're going to head up the stairs to the bigger temple, and this kind of brings you up out of the ravine and kind of to the ground level of this area. And there's also some parts where you can climb up to a bit higher level at the temple, and you can sort of get more of an aerial view of the valley itself. So we'll try to take a look at that as well. So again, as I said, whenever you enter a temple, there's always going to be a little wash basin. Here they have one with a dragon, and they're not running it, I suppose, just due to COVID type of reasons, but there it is. And now we're heading up the stairs to the larger temple. There's actually quite a lot of people here over the weekend. There was some event, there was actually a bonsai event over the weekend. People were here trimming little bonsai trees. So this is the large temple where people would come to pray. And mostly with Japanese temples, each of them has a particular purpose. Each of them has a reason why people go to that particular temple to pray. You know, it might be a reason such as, might be a fertility temple, it might be a temple that's, you know, wishes for good health. It may have something to do with, you know, there's even temples for studying, there's temples for all types of things. So, another cool little piece of culture that they have at Japanese temples is they have these stamp books where you can go, and each temple has their own particular stamp, and you can get stamps of that temple just so you can kind of collect them all and just sort of, you know, just be able to remember which places that you visit, which temples you visited in Japan. And this thing here, this is actually an incense burner, and a lot of people do also burn incenses at these temples, and it's sort of believed that if you cover yourself in the smoke from this incense, that it will also help to cleanse any impurities that you might have. And this little circular object that you see here, I don't know if we're going to see them do it, but this is sort of up for a period of time here, and there's a particular pattern that you're supposed to walk through. When you go through that, you have to go around it a couple times, and that's also supposed to be for good luck and good fortune. But as you guys can see, it's just an absolutely beautiful area. I think this little area here, I think this might be a little tea house. Yeah, you can see they're selling ice cream and tea up there. Most temples, they do have some type of little tea house, and some of them they have traditional Japanese tea ceremony that you can take part in, or some of them they'll even teach you. And if you guys can see ahead of me, there's these little white pieces of paper that are all tied to pieces of string. You will see these in every Japanese temple, and essentially people are writing wishes, or sometimes it's bad fortune. So they have these little areas where you can get omikuji, which is basically a little piece of paper that will tell you your fortune. And in the event that you get a bad fortune and you don't want to keep it, you tie it up on a piece of string right there, and it's essentially like throwing that fortune away. So it's sort of a way to kind of reset your bad luck in a way. And there's another place, I don't see it here, but it's an area where basically, you know, you can write a wish on like a little wooden placard. That's also very popular in Japanese temples. Pretty much the overview of the little temple area here. There's one more place that I want to show you, and that is going to be the little Japanese garden. So we will take a walk through there, see some of the features of that garden, and then we will wrap up today's video because I know it's been a long one. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love Japanese gardens. bamboo. So there is another little top part to the garden, but I think I've shown you guys enough for today. So I want to know, what did you think of Todoroki Valley? Can you believe that this is actually in Tokyo? For me, I've been living in Tokyo for 10 years and I never knew that this was here. It's really beautiful. There's a ton of really beautiful gorges and ravines in Japan, but normally they're way far out in nature. Like sometimes, you know, you go to another prefecture or something and the gorge, maybe you have to take a bus like 45 minutes out into nature, drive a car or something. This one, it's literally, you just take a city train and within, I don't know, 3-minute walk, you're here at the ravine. So it's actually really cool. Like, I'm so happy that I made this discovery. Definitely a place I will come every once in a while just to kind of, you know, unwind and get out of the city. Maybe it's a good place to, you know, grab a book, come down here, just relax and just get out of the city for the day. So I personally, I love it here. I'm a big nature fan, but what do you guys think? Can you believe this is in Tokyo? Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of the area. And is this a place that you would like to visit on your trip to Japan? That's all I got for this one today. I will check you guys in the next one. See ya.